Welcome. It is I, Foolish. I'm kind of excited to be doing this card for you because it appears that I am at least a very high functioning person, and I think most of the time I am. But down here, like, I'm down in the shit today. All right. And for those of you with chronic fatigue, what up? What it do? Right? I'm among you today. And I was gonna maybe not. But here I am. I'm here. You know, sometimes it's good for people to see exactly what you're talking about. I'm here to give you an oracle card for the Chronically Ill. I feel like I am a qualified representative. Words are escaping me. You know that thing. You know how that happens. We're just gonna I don't think this, I don't have the motor skills for this today. You know what? We're gonna do the Denise. The fun part is gonna be picking the card and then figuring out what I'm gonna say about it. Oh, I did have something I wanted to say. I made notes. Hold on a second. Ugh. Yeah, man. Okay, you chronically ill people, you sickies, my peeps, right? When you get through something terrible and you feel awful and you still manage to pull out the jams, okay, and you rally, right, to get something accomplished, please consider beginning to give yourself some badges of honor for accomplishing things when you feel terrible. It feels more like employing gamer theory, which I guess that's a spoiler, right? Employing gamer theory to reward yourself for a behavior to keep you engaged, which I think is a great idea. The reason why gamer theory works is because it works. The reason why they still use it is because it works. That's what I meant to say. See what I'm saying? No one sees what you're saying. Try it. Now we're going to pick a card here. One time I did, I had a whole litany of issues with my girl parts. One of them was one time I had a Aunt Flo visit that lasted like 40 days. So my friends started calling me Moses. But what I did was I created a badge and I assigned it to myself for and I created this achievement called the Tough Blooder. Just think about ways you could do that too for yourself, you know? Badges of honor, because it rewards grit and self-discipline. And it also acknowledges that, man, you were struggling, man. You were struggling and you still managed to pull out something pretty cool, you know, or you took care of business, man, you know? You took care of business. Consider awarding yourself like a little Girl Scout badge or whatever. The problem with chronic illness is this. Depending on your level of functioning, It's like nobody gives a shit that you got the laundry done, except for other chronically ill people, right? Like healthy people they don't real like healthy people worship these athletes that do these amazing things, okay? But like we're athletes too. We use the same amount of effort and energy to do very simple things, and the only people that know that are other chronically ill people. So that's why I say you're not going to get acknowledgement or validation from a lot of healthy people, or even some chronically ill people that don't have the same level of functioning as you. So you kind of have to be your own cheering section. I'm sorry to say that, but I've gotten a lot of mileage out of doing that, and I'm also less frustrated with people who just don't seem to get it. Like trying to explain to people that don't understand, like I'm almost to the point where I'm like, listen, if I have to explain this, you're not going to get it anyway. All right. Trying to get healthy people, or most healthy people, some people do get it because they've seen chronic illness firsthand, they've had one, and then they didn't, like things clear up sometimes and then it's gone, and sometimes they're around, then maybe they're married to a chronically ill person, so they get it. But listen, if you validate yourself, you know it was a struggle, man. You know how much work it was to get the laundry done. Anyone tell? Basically, it's my laundry day today. And regardless of how I feel, like I need my clothes, okay? Start thinking about ways you can validate yourself and be your own cheering section. And that way, it's great if other people do that to support you, or, even acknowledge what an achievement something must have been for you. But it's enough to know that you know it, okay? If you know it, you're less reliant on having other people know it. And then you can keep yourself out of that loop where you're trying to explain to them, and then you're talking over and over again about how shitty things are for you in the context of, but you don't understand what a big deal this was. I just say, if I have to explain it, you wouldn't understand anyway, right? And honestly, I don't have 20 minutes to explain to people why the fact that I was able to carry my laundry upstairs is a big deal. I don't. Let alone the 8 years of powerlifting I did. Which, honestly, I still don't believe I survived that. But anyway, you see what I'm saying? Validate your own self. Let's see what the card has to say about it. We've done this beautiful little serpentine pattern. Oh, God. It's been so long since I felt like this, I can't even get angry about it. And I don't have to hide myself from you. You guys know, right? You know. Let's see what you are. Sandpiper spirit. Hey, alright. I love a sandpiper. Look at the card there. There's some kind of mandala. There's a lotus flower. Hey, did you know lotus only grow in mud? That's why it's a time-honored symbol of spiritual growth. That's pretty. You know what, though, guys? I feel like we needed a second card. You know what else is funny? I noticed that when I'm super tired, sometimes I can hear messages very clearly because I think like the kooky part of my brain is asleep right now. And it kind of allows other communications to happen. What's this? Dog spirit. Okay. We love puppy. Look at the puppy. Have you ever been driving down the road, those of you that do drive, or maybe walking outside if you do go outside? And you're right, like I could be right in the middle of cussing somebody, just cussing somebody, and declaring a pox upon their home and all this other terrible things. I'll be right in the middle of it, driving like an asshole. Puppy! And you do that. Man, the dogs. Look at the dog. He's got like a little crown of flowers. I don't even care if it's like an old dog that looks like he's got health problems. I could be right in the middle of a rant. You know, just playing the dozens with some a-hole driver. And if a puppy's anywhere around, that's my focus. All right, let's look up our little sandpiper. Let's see what sandpiper says. Oh, bless you, Colette, for putting all this alphabetical. We're looking at spider spirit, man. Get it together, dude. Sandpiper is S-A. S-A. There he is. Fun. No wonder I like him so much. Listen to this. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. It's like what I say, jump in the barrel and wait for the clown. We're waiting for the sandpiper. The appearance of sandpiper spirit is a sign that now is a time to engage your playfulness. This is a little difficult, and I think this actually does have to do with the badge suggestion. We'll get to that in a second. Let me just read what she's saying, and then we're gonna make this chronically ill compliant, okay? Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. I think that would help you. Explore the familiar, discovering the new and the old. Who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun? Hey, you could be miserable and still have a good time, right? Except you're not obligated to. I'm only saying that way you'd be less miserable. And that's all I'm ever gonna do is just try to help people be less miserable. Sandpiper Spirit's happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. F you, Sandpiper. Ain't none of us doing that shit. Strike that last sentence from the record, but I understand what she's saying. Oh, the next one is for us, okay? Listen, this woman's not going to steer us wrong, okay? Have some faith. Protection message, which I'm starting to see might be like if this were reversed and I didn't. Listen, we're basically always going to have the protection message, okay? I'm pretty sure we're always going to have the protection message. When your heart is heavy and life seems to weigh you down, Sandpiper Spirit's message is to lighten your burden by finding joy and humor in the everyday and the miserable. I added that last part, and the miserable. Become like a playful child, filled with curiosity and wonder, and soon you will find you feel your own spirit lift. A few minutes or hours of fun-filled delight is exactly what you need now. Oh my God. There's a woman after my own heart. Check this out. Enjoy the ridiculousness of life and be willing to jump in. Let your inner goof out to express itself with abandon. Like I'm doing. She said, enjoy the ridiculousness. Yes. Damn it, Colette. You've cracked the case again. Yes. Get ridiculous, man. The whole thing's ridiculous. Like, I'm not here to invalidate anyone. We have like a whole other world to do that, right, to us, right? What I am going to say is this. I feel less miserable when I think of the absurdity of how long it took for humans to evolve to the stage that we're at now, and then to have something like chronic illness. That to me is absurd. It's ridiculous. And it makes me laugh because I have a morbid sense of humor. Try getting one of those if you don't have one. You'll have a much better time with this chronic illness situation if you have a sick sense of humor. Dog spirit. Puppy. Dog spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life, and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog spirit says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. It doesn't feel like it though, does it? It doesn't feel like it. Chronic illness, especially when you got symptoms, like, it just feels like things are never going to change, man. But they do. We just, sometimes we get stuck, and that's okay, man. That's not weird. Your heart is loving and true, and dog spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it, even though your body is broken, right? Or your mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your diagnosis is. You deserve all of it. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you. It's okay to also make your own plan sometimes. Like with these cards. Getting playful, right? Laughing at the ridiculousness of this entire situation. It's not gonna, you won't invalidate yourself by doing that. You're just, giving yourself a little breathing room, And those of you with, lung issues are probably cussing me right now, but I think you know what I mean. Protection message. Loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment that results in stagnation, enmeshment, and loss of integrity. All right, Colette, dang. All right, puppy. Do you fear what will happen if you let a relationship evolve? Are you afraid that asking for a situation to change will make others see you as disloyal? Trust that when dog spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and the changing of fortunes. Here's something interesting, especially for you that have been recently diagnosed and you're just now trying to get a handle on this whole situation. Check this out. Puppy has a message for you. If you feel you are being betrayed or are growing apart from someone, let dog spirit reconnect you with your commitment to love in all its forms. You know? Because when you become chronically ill or you find out you're chronically ill or your symptoms worsen and you haven't found an adequate treatment plan yet, or there just isn't one for you, and you start see people drop off, man, it's dude, it's not about you, okay? It's okay. Check this out. Puppy's telling us. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you are meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth for which your soul yearns. It's yearning. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to it. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all its many guises, including self-love. Hey, right? You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. And Puppy wants that for you too. Dog Spirit. Yeah, man, it's hard to love yourself when you're... Oh, my God. But I say it all the time. Many of our difficulties are just from training. We have trained ourselves to think of things a certain way, but we can always train them to think in new ways. It's called neuroplasticity. It's a thing. They study it. It's when you start doing something new and then the brain builds new synaptic, like neural networks, okay? It's very difficult to love yourself when your body basically is just misbehaving. I know that. Last week I had oh man. I've been doing Shawshank with my skin cells. It's disgusting. I've left my DNA everywhere. Last week I got this gigantic zit like right in the corner of my eye, and I'm just like, all right, listen, man, like, this body's ridiculous. Like, what other little surprises? Like, I'm tired of surprises. You ever feel like that? Chronic illness is it's a terrible game show. It is. I'm sorry, but it is. Sometimes there are so many things going on, you can't even figure out, like, what the cause of it is. Anyway. Chronic illness, it's, if you can love yourself through that, man, you will never have to worry about self-love again. It's really an extreme, like a boot camp for self-love, dude. A boot camp. If you have self-hatred due to your condition, or you had a little self-hatred before and then the chronic illness worsened it, and also, by the way, like, if you have any sort of symptoms that where your cognition, your cognitive function is affected, it can be very difficult to love yourself. Sometimes it requires effort to retrain yourself to do it, but it can be done. And that's what I would love for you. If you don't love yourself right now, first of all, it's understandable. I get it. I don't have security cameras in your home. It's just that I remember all the times I had gotten so frustrated with my body, and especially, you know, when the mind, your brain's acting weird. It's hard to keep things consistent, and it's hard to view things in a positive way. Not actively hate it, I guess is what I mean. But you can learn it. And chronic illness can teach it to you. I'm here to tell you, it's a boot camp for it. Chronic illness gives you the gift of your symptoms giving you immediate feedback for the way that you're thinking and you're feeling. Dealing with self-hatred means you're probably not going to take as good a care of yourself as you could. And also, it's a lot of stress to carry around, right? So it doesn't make room for any possibilities. Self-hatred is difficult to maintain if you think of it as a bank account. It's an underperformer. Well, thank you for joining me, and thank you for your patience with my symptoms, but honestly, you're the last group I need to explain this to. You get it, and I appreciate that. And I will see you at another time.